Hey guys, Frosty Dives here, back with another collection video. And this time I thought I'd do something a little different. Look, jazz hands. Ah. I thought I would show off my comic book collection, which is very small, but only three titles I'm going to show off. Three title series. I have some other odds and ends and one-offs here and there, but they're mostly X-Men, Wolverine, and nothing particularly fancy, I think. So I'm going to show off three separate series that I had collected. They're not complete runs, except for one of them. One of them I think might be a complete run. I'm not sure, but two of them aren't. Two of them are from my childhood, and one of them came out in the 90s and was a series I collected. So, first we're going to start with the shortest pile, which is going to be my Thundercats collection. So, this is actually one that I collected ever since I was a kid. These I collected as they were coming out when I was a kid. So these are my originals that I had growing up. These weren't something I repurchased as an adult. So here's the first issue, Thundercats issue number 1. Look at how cheap they were in the 80s. 65 cents for issue 1. Collector's item, first issue. They all say that. Well, there's issue 1 and issue 2. And I liked Thundercats was one of my favorite cartoons, and I really liked the comics, mostly because, at least for about halfway through the series, they were original stories. About halfway into the series, they started doing comics of the TV shows, which I wasn't that into, but in the beginning, they were comics. They're all original stories. Issue 2, issue 3, Panthro stands alone, kicking somebody, a rock lord, in the face. Issue 4, Thundercats Wanted. I think that's, well, here we go. I think that's Lynxana. I think that was her name. This was John's comic, by the way. If I actually take it out, you can see he drew in it. So this was one he'd got given to me, or I'd stolen from him. I'm not sure which. But as you can see, all these comics are dog-eared and ripped, and they were very well loved and read and whatnot. Thundercats issue 5, went up a dime, now 75 cents. Went up a dime. Things look bad for Lion-O, but then again, things are tough all over. Issue 6, what's big, green, and 3 times as ugly as usual? Mumra. I don't know why he was green in this issue. I read the hell out of these comics, so hence why some of them are in rough shape. Issue 7, welcome back to Thundera. Giant woolly mammoth. Issue number 8, Lion-O sticking a thumb in the dam. I'm not really sure what he's doing, but keep those doors shut, Lion-O, or it's curtains for the Thundercats. Number 8. Number 9, Thundercats. Lion-O's gone mad. Mad, I tell you, mad. Issue 10, some sparkly dude with no legs, kind of robotic. Vengeance is mine, Thundercat. Issue number 11. Now, this is where they started copying the TV show. This is when we started getting comic book versions of the episodes. There's the Mole Men. Mole Men, Thundercats must die. Issue 12. The Berserkers. Berserker. Issue number 13. It's up to Snarf to save the Thundercats. I remember that episode. Everybody got tied up and Snarf had to use the sword. Issue number 14. The Hunter, Lion-O, the big game hunter. For the life of me, Safari Joe, that was his name. I was going to say I couldn't remember his name, but Safari Joe hunting the Thundercats. Issue 15, Kitten Cat and a big robotic shark. Issue 16, Lion-O and a spider. She had a name. Can't remember. Issue 17, Lion-O fighting some gargoyles. Issue 18, that's Mumra disguised as a Thundercat. Issue 19, Shed a Tear for Rober Bell. Oh no, the burbles are getting killed by the mutants or some such thing. 19. Issue 20. This is when the Sword of Omens versus Excalibur. And the night, and they had the jousting doohickey going on. Oh, look, went up $1. Now it's up to $1. We went from 65 cents, now we're up to $1 an issue. $1.25 if you live in Canada. 21, Baby Snarf. Baby Snarf is taking over. And we went from Captain America to Spider-Man in the corner here. Issue 22, Evil Thunder Kittens have replaced the other Thunder Kittens. Yay! And issue number 23, special high voltage issue because that's a robotic electric eel. And that's all of them. That's all of the ones that I have. I'm not sure if they stopped at issue 23. I feel there are more issues. But those are all the issues I have, so I don't think this is a complete run. I think there were a few more issues after this. So we'll put that over there. And then I also have some new Thundercats. In the 2000 and, I don't know, 1, 2, I think these came out. But here's new Thundercats. Thundercats issue 0. $2.50. That's what they go nowadays. $2.50. Remember when they were 65 cents over there? $2.50. $2.50. So there's issue 0. And then we have Thundercats issue 1 of The Return. If you remember, at the end of the TV show, Lion-O got, he was imprisoned, or he went into the Book of Omens to learn more about being, you know, king of the Thundercats. And so for a while, he was gone. So this is Thundercats The Return. This is when Lion-O comes out of the Book of Omens many years later, and we find out what actually happened with the rest of the Thundercats. Thundercats The Return, issue number 2. Thundercats The Return, issue number 3. $2.95, right there. I like the artwork and the new stuff. Thundercats The Return, issue number 4. And then the final Thundercats The Return, issue number 5, with a really cool picture of some really good cover art of Mumra on the front there. And then I have Thundercats issue 1 of 5. This was the reclaiming of Thundera that they did. So here's issue 1 of that comic arc. And then issue 2. I don't have any more. And then I had issue 2, and then I stopped collecting them, or I couldn't find them, or whatever the case may be. Probably I just stopped collecting them. And then I have a graphic novel, Thundercats, The Dogs of War. It's Thundercats versus Dobermans. The actual, literal dogs of war. They are literally dogs of war. And these are all of my Thundercats. I really like the artwork in the new stuff, but I have a special fondness for the originals because I read the hell out of them as a child. All right, next pile. Bear with me because I've got them all stacked on the floor. Okay, here we go. Next pile. Started collecting this, I believe, when it came out, 95, maybe. And what we have here, oh, I think I knocked my thing. There I did, it's all right. Spawn. I really like the Spawn comics. I really like the artwork. I really like what Todd McFarlane did. I was really into this when this first came out. So I have issue 1 of Spawn. Not sure if it's even worth anything. And then you'll notice that it goes to issue 5. I have 1 and then 5, which is why I have this, which is the graphic novel that collects Spawn issues 1 through 5. Or 1 through 4. I think it's 1 through 5. Let me see. What does it say in the front here? It says, you're an idiot and you can't read. Yeah, well, I don't even know. I think it's 1 through 5. Oh, there's little pictures here. Hey, look at the pictures. There's issue 4. There's some really... That's part of what I liked about Spawn was all the disturbing artwork. It's really, really well done. Look, there's Satan. The Malbolgia. Big fat belly. He'll get in my belly. Yeah, issue 5. Okay, so this collects the first 1 through 5, since I only have the actual issue 1 and then issue 5. I bought this so that I have all of the 4 original Children. Okay, now we go issue 6. And the nice picture of Overkill on the front. They had such cool characters in Spawn. Issue 7. Spawn all gunned up. Frank Castle style. Issue 8. If you really like to draw, this is some really good comic artwork to draw. Issue 9, which is the introduction of Angela, the Angel Hunter, Spawn Hunter. Issue 10, which was Todd McFarlane's, that was his statement issue about how comic companies own their comic book collections instead of the comic book artists. This was his statement against Marvel. This was his. Oh, this came out in 92. I guess it started in 92. I thought it was 95. This was his statement against Marvel and the evils of the Marvel Empire and how Marvel owns the characters and not the artists. Anyway, he's doing the same thing now, so he's basically turned into that. Issue number 11. There. This one jumps around a lot. I do not have a complete run of this. Issue 12. Issue 13. There's Chapel. Issue 13. 14. I always like the Violator comics. 15. I drew this. I have a picture of this somewhere in one of my sketchbooks. I drew this comic cover. It's pretty cool. Medieval Spawn with a Violator head. Okay, 16. Issue 16. Right here. Issue 17. Issue 18. Issue 21. So we go from 18 to 21. Issue 21. Apparently I'm missing 19 and 20. Issue 22. Right there. 23. This is after he fought Batman. He got a batarang to the face, hence why he has shoelace in his head. Which I have that graphic novel. I might be showing that off. I'm not sure. Issue number 24. Right there. Issue 25. There's just some damn good artists and pencilers in this series. 26. Issue 26. Spawn looking all sad, looking at the lily pads. 27. A lot of green blood. Spawn got blasted. 28. Issue 28. That guy looks like he's having a bad day. 20. Oh no, so it goes from issue 28 to issue 31. That's the Redeemer right there. He's another God heaven creation. So I skipped a couple of issues. I got issue 31. 32. These aren't issues that I've sold either. These were issues that I just didn't buy. I always seem to miss weeks when I was trying to collect these. 33. Issue 33. Another Violator episode. 34. Looks like another Violator episode. Look, he's got a human flesh face hand puppet. It's gross. That's so gross. Issue 35 with Twitch and what the hell were their names? Sam and Twitch, the cops. 35, and then we skip again. We skip issue number 38. Missed a couple of issues in between. It looks like I missed 2. 38. I think that's the heap. Issue 39, which appears to be the Christmas issue. Look, he's wearing a Santa hat. Aw, it's Santa Spawn. Issue 40. 40. Issue 41. A lot of blowing up body parts there. Issue 42. 42. And issue 43. Right there. Okay. Issue 44. Issue 44. And issue 45. And issue 46. Right here. 46. And issue 47. Right there. Is that Capullo? Yeah, Greg Capullo and Todd McFarlane. It's a good team right there. And then I got issue 48. Right there. 48. And 49, which is a really disturbing cover. Somebody got their face torn and mutilated. Don't torn, spindle, or mutilate. 49. And then issue 50. That's one of the issues that you want to collect. Issue 50, those are milestone issues. Issue 1, issue 50, issue 100. Those are usually the big milestone issues where they do something special and start or stop story arcs. There's issue 50. And then skip a couple issues, there's issue 53. I think this is when Spawn went to hell and started taking on Malbolgia, and eventually he did kill him and blah blah. I kind of fell out of a lot of this stuff. 53. And then I do a big skip, so I go from 53 to issue 68. Wow, that's a lot of months that I stopped collecting for some odd reason. Then I got back into it. 68. I got issue 69 right there. 69, dude! And then issue 70. The last issue that I actually have. I wanted to collect up to 100, but I don't know what happened. I think I moved and I stopped. I don't know. I stopped shelling out money. Whatever. So there's issue 70. So I have issue 1. Well, I don't have 1 through 70, but I stopped at issue 70 of Spawn. Well, there's my Spawn. And the 1 graphic novel collection. Okay, that's the second pile. Pile number 3. All right, here it is. We're going to start with the originals first. This one, I have a lot. This one is not my original pile. This one I bought in a comic shop. I think I bought almost this entire run in a comic shop in Stowe, Vermont. Up in the mountains. Where it's also peaceful and you can always hear the sound of music. But that's what I think. I found a comic shop there, and I think I got probably, I would say 80 to 85% of this whole batch there. I bought it in one fell swoop. So here we go with my third series. Of course, you know I would have these. Transformers. Transformers. Issue numero uno. And I gotta tell you, that is some shit artwork right there. I know it's the 80s. And I know it's, but that is some shit artwork. That is the worst I have ever seen Optimus Prime look. 1 in a 4-issue limited series. Yeah, limited because I didn't think it was going to take off. Look, 75 cents. Issue number 1 with a really shitty Optimus Prime who looks like he's wearing metal diapers. Doesn't that look like he's wearing metal underpants? I don't know. Depends. So there's issue 1. Issue 2. Optimus Prime versus Megatron. And if you notice, I don't know if you can see it very clearly, but he went back to some old. He looked different than the show. He had a more rounded helmet. Megatron always looked different in the comics as opposed to what he looked like on the G1 cartoon. There's issue 2, and then because they didn't think Transformers had enough staying power on their own, issue 3 with Spider-Man. See how his helmet. How Megatron's helmet is different than what he was on the cartoon. The version of Megatron in the comics was always different than the version on the show. But apparently he's fighting Spider-Man. I don't know why. It's weird. I haven't read these a lot. Looks like Ravage. Couple Seekers here. That's probably Rumble. And issue number 4, the Autobots' Last Stand. Number 4 in the 4-issue limited series. They always got to print that just in case the shit doesn't take off. Issue 4. Issue 5. I think this is one of the most iconic comic covers. Anytime you see a book or a history on Transformers and they're talking about the comics, this is the comic cover they show. Shockwave, the introduction of Shockwave, all are dead. Because in the comics, as opposed to the TV show, in the TV show, Shockwave was a loyal servant of Megatron and he guarded Cybertron. In the comics, Shockwave was cold, calculating, bloodthirsty, and was always trying to kill and overthrow Megatron because he thought he could lead the Decepticons better because he was a better leader. And actually, in the comics, he was a better leader because he was a lot more logical and a lot more brutal and a lot more. His plans worked better. So this then number 5, issue number. See, there he is. Look at that. It's Shockwave blasting the crap out of Megatron. He'd always made the power play. It wasn't really Starscream in the comics. It was Shockwave that you had to worry about. Issue number 6. Issue number 7. Megatron going to talk to Ratchet. Number 7. Issue number 8 was the introduction of the Dinobots. And now the Dinobots. It's 3 of them. I'm not sure if all 4 of them were actually in it. Issue number 9, Circuit Breaker. I always wanted a Circuit Breaker figure. I think they might have made one. I don't know, but she was cool. She was a cyborg, and she could, like, shoot electrical impulses. When you talk about humans fighting the robots, that makes sense, because she's kind of a mutant. So it makes sense that she would be able to defeat robots as opposed to what Michael Bay tried to do and just had the military gun down Decepticons, which doesn't make sense to me. The lady's name is Circuit Breaker. And she destroys all robots. And then, number 10, Dawn of the Devastator. He looked different too. A lot of these guys look different in the comics than they did on the show. A lot of the character models look different. So number 11, Jetfire. They still couldn't use the Macross Valkyrie jet, so they still going by like a Cybertronian design. Issue number 12, Optimus Prime Autobot Killer. 75 cents. Issue number 13, The Menace of Megatron. Look, it's a human using Megatron. It's kind of weird. Issue number 14, Hoist at a music concert. Again, equally weird. Issue number 15, Robot Master. They had the humans in the comics were like kind of like a cross between G.I. Joe and X-Men characters. They had like powers and shit. It's a really odd looking Soundwave. Issue number 16, Bumblebee's Last Stand. Oh no, he's being killed. Maybe he'll come back as, look, I'm a gold bug. Okay. 17, Into the Smelting Pool. I like this comic cover for some odd reason. That's Blaster. I think that's Blaster? Yeah, that's Blaster getting thrown into the smelting pool. 18, Blaster and Straxus battle. Now, in the comics, they started, introducing different characters, other characters that weren't on the show. And the stories in the comics were completely different from what we saw on TV. So you had the Generation 1 cartoon, which was a storyline, and then you had the comics storyline, which was completely different. Look at it. It looks like he's wielding... No, that's his gun. Kind of does look like Megatron, though. Number 19, Transformers and Omega Supreme. Okay, in issue 20. Looks like a Wild West between Skids and Megatron. 20. And issue 21. Bunch of planes fighting. Seekers and aerial bots. Issue 22. Megatron looking really weird with a new head sculpt and a whole bunch of... So I guess a whole bunch of people. There you go. Number 23, Runabout Run Amok, or graffitiing up the Statue of Liberty. 23. And 24. This is where Optimus Prime actually dies. This is where Megatron and Prime get uploaded into a video game and Megatron kills Prime. Or actually Prime, I think, sacrifices himself to kill, and whatever. This is where Prime dies in the comics. And then 25, Megatron's Last Stand. This is actually where Shockwave sends the Predacons after Megatron to kill him. And they actually do, they almost do kill him, and then he blows himself up by going into a space bridge and detonating it. That's a really good issue. Issue 26, introducing the Mechanic. He takes apart Transformers. Issue 27, Triptychon. Yeah, baby. Issue 28, Mechanic strikes again. And he hits Blaster with a really big tree. Blaster, and you know who that is? That's a gold bug. Told you Bumblebee turned into gold bug. Issue 29, Scrapped by the Scraplets. And introducing the Triple Changers. Issue 30, Scraplets and Throttlebots. These are Throttlebots, and there's more Scraplets. Issue 31, Car Wash of Doom. It's Rat Bat and Car Wash. Kind of weird. Issue 32, looks like Hotspot versus Onslaught at a used car dealership. Issue 33 was this dude. I don't know who this dude is. This is New Robot Dude. So, whoever this dude is, it's very British. He's in it. Issue number 34, Man of Iron. Looks like Optimus Prime is back of some sort. 34. 35. More people getting hit with trains and things. Issue 36, Skylynx is in it, terrorizing a bunch of kids who are floating around in space. It's probably not what it's about, but that's what it looks like. 37, Predacons go shopping at the mall. They're in a mall. 38, Scorponok versus Fort Max. Now we're going to start getting into headmastery stuff. 39, one of my other favorite comic covers. Fort Max gets the shaft. That kind of looks painful. He's getting blasted right there. Issue 40, Bludgeon. I think that's Bludgeon. I don't know who that guy is. These are the Pretenders. They started introducing the Pretenders now. And now we're getting into other stuff here. Issue 41, bunch of people on the cover having a battle. But look at this. That's Fort Max, and he's nowhere near in scale with the rest of the. He's almost as tall. He's about as tall as Grimlock. Nowhere near scale. Scale is an arbitrary thing around here. 42, Power Master Prime. He gets an upgrade with High Q. That's High Q, his little Power Master. 43, Rodimus versus Galvatron. That looks nothing like Galvatron. I'm just telling you that looks nothing like the Galvatron from the movie. I don't know what that is, but that's not Galvatron. Doesn't even have his cannon or the big gun. I don't know who that is. 44, Cosmic Carnival. Look at Skylynx, and that's Prime, like original Prime. That's Skylynx. That's a motorcycle, and that's a weird iguana. Oh boy. 45, The Return of Circuit Breaker, fighting the Pretenders. 46, Attack of the Seacons. So here we got some Seacons chomping on some lady in a pink bikini with a scuba mask. And then it skips from 47. I go next to issue 52. We've changed the Transformers logo a little bit, more Jenny 2 issues. And these are the Mechanibals. Menace of the Mechanibals. I guess they are mechanical cannibals of some sort. And then 52, I don't know who she is, and I don't know who that is, but he's getting beheaded. He's having a really bad day. She's got him by the hair wire. So that's pretty bad for whoever that is. 54, King Kong. And introducing the Micro Masters, which are tiny. Like, how is that? How are they the most amazing Autobots if they're Micro Masters? Like Micro Machines. Remember Micro Machines? This guy, I don't know who he is. They're fighting him. 55, yeah, okay, so it's a dude wrestling a robot. I'm not really sure how that works. But introducing the Decepticon Micromasters and big dude with hairy chest fighting robot dude, generic dude number X. I have no idea who that is. 56, Attack of the Airstrike Patrol. These guys are running for their lives. Excuse me, I just burped. 57, Megatron returns and kills the fuck out of Ratchet. Which is weird because I thought Ratchet died in issue 9. Here we are in issue 57 and he's back. I thought he died like way back when. Maybe he got resurrected too. And then we go to issue 58. Megatron alive, Ratchet a prisoner. Optimus out of control, which in issue 58 with a really shitty cover. This is a really shitty cover. I'm going to tell you right now. This cover is garbage. It's really weird, and it's not even artsy. It's just garbage. 59. Not a hoax, not a dream. In this issue, an Autobot dies. Ooh, that's so that you'll shell out the $1 to buy it. Grimlock and Megatron, and that looks like Dragstrip, and that's probably another Stunticon. Okay. 60. We got Pretenders, and there's Bludgeon. That's Bludgeon. Bunch of Pretenders over there. 61, the Primal Scream. Now we're getting into some weird artwork. 62, Bird of Prey. I don't know who that is. Matrix Quest up in the corner. 63, part 2 of Matrix Quest. There's Thunderwing. Speaking in a very southern accent, I've come for my Matrix. Like, you can almost hear that. I've come for my Matrix auto turds. So there he is, Thunderwing. 63. 64, bunch of people. That's a Pretender. That's, I think, Double Dealer. I don't know who that is, and I don't know who that is, but there's a bunch of things going on there. 65, has Grimlock found the Matrix? Okay, I'm going to go on record and say that's another shitty cover. This series had some shitty covers. That's a really shitty cover. I don't know what that is. 66. He's found the Matrix, the auto turd. Look, he's got it right there. Right there on his necklace. 67. The war is over and the Decepticons have won. Oh, pity, poo-poo. That's Galvatron. You don't know what happened. Issue number 69. The Gathering Storm, Galvatron, Prime, Grimlock, Ravage, Shockwave. They're all vying for leadership positions, apparently. And, okay, and then that's it for the series run. And then I have Transformers the movie. This is the comic adaptation of the movie. 1 in a 3-issue series, 2 in a 3-issue series, and 3 in a 3-issue series. So there's all of the Transformers the movie comic adaptations. And then I have Transformers Generation 2, which they relaunched the comics. And there's issue 1 and issue number 3. And I gotta say, I really did not like the artwork. The mouths and the neck, and all the musculature and all the stuff that they did, they made him look weird. So I really didn't like the artwork in Generation 2, hence why I stopped actually collecting those. And then just a few one-ups, a couple of IDW issues, Transformers 1, Transformers 3, another Transformers 1 comic arc, Transformers 2 comic arc. The IDW stuff is some good artwork. Comic 4. And then I have 2 things I've never read yet. Transformers, the movie prequel graphic novel, which does have some good artwork in it. I'll give it that. Looks pretty good. But there's, from the very first movie, that's the movie prequel comic collector. And then the Transformers Armada Omnibus, which collects all 18 issues of the Transformers Armada collection in one big omnibus there. Again, good artwork. I like the new artwork. The new artwork is good. All the IDW stuff. Okay. So there is my comic book collection of Thundercats, Transformers, and Spawn. Thanks for watching. Maybe next time I'll do some graphic novels collection of what I have. So if you like, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends and your enemies, and I will see you next time.